Hello, bonjour! Today I will show you how to prepare spaghetti squash, but by steaming it rather than cooking it, because it's faster, it's easier, and it's healthier. All the good stuff. So what I did that ahead of time to speed up the process here a little bit. I put my spaghetti squash here in my broiler, as you can see, and I steamed it for 5 minutes. I'll leave it right here. And while it's cooling down, I will tell you a little bit more about spaghetti squash. So, and let's put the lid on top because we'll need this again. So 5 minutes of steaming. And while it's cooling down, what you can do is you prepare your vegetables that you'll be putting with your spaghetti squash. You get those ready as well that you can steam later, so you're not wasting time. When I prepare that recipe myself for my customers, it takes me 15 minutes. 15 minutes and I have a dish to serve. Amazing. So, spaghetti squash is a nutritious, low-carb, low-calorie alternative to pasta. And why is that? Because 1 cup of spaghetti squash is 42 calories. 1 cup of spaghetti pasta is 239 calories. And in the spaghetti squash, it's a whole food. So you have all the nutrients, in that squash. When you do the pasta, and they might say it's whole wheat pasta or whole grain pasta, if it isn't sprouted, look in my other YouTubes, if it isn't sprouted, you're not absorbing the nutrients. You need to sprout the grains. You don't need to sprout a squash. It's already sprouted, it's grown into a vegetable. The other thing in the spaghetti squash that is excellent is the beta-carotene, which converts into vitamin A, retinol. We need vitamin A for good vision and eye health, for a strong immune system, and for healthy skin and mucous membrane. The mucous membrane is important because it's in the inside of our organs and cavities throughout our body. It lubricates and protects these organs and cavities from abrasive particles and body fluid, as well as invasive pathogen. So that's very important to have that. It has fiber. So spaghetti squash is an excellent source of fiber. Fiber moves through your digestive system, adding bulk to your stool. This promotes regularity and relieves constipation. So you see how important it is to eat fiber, and so you don't have fiber from pasta. You just don't. When it's cooked, when the fiber is cooked, it loses its efficiency to really, clean up like a little broom in your intestine, if you wish. It's softer, so it loses that. Fiber moves slowly through your digestive system, adding bulk to your stool. This promotes regularity and relieves constipation. We know many people are suffering from that. We are to eat a meal, have a bowel movement. You eat a meal 2 times a day, 2 bowel movement. 3 times a day, 3 bowel movement. That's how it should be. But then, some people, they go to 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. At least 1 a day. At least 1 a day. That will help you. Antioxidant. Winter squashes are loaded with antioxidant and vitamin C, which plays, as you know, a very significant role in this disease prevention. The other thing that I didn't tell you about the beta-carotene is that when you take it in vitamin A, so beta-carotene converts in vitamin A, which is good for vision and eye health. I don't know if I said that. I'm repeating myself maybe. For a strong immune system and healthy skin. Yes, I did say that. But then what I didn't say is that when you take vitamin A as a vitamin, it can be toxic for your body. But when your body converts the vitamin A from the beta-carotene, from the food, it will take what it needs. I always say that. Whole food knows how to talk to your body. Supplements, I don't want to say things here that I would upset people, but pharmaceutical doesn't talk. There isn't a direct line of conversation with your body. Whole food has it. So go whole foods first. Get your vitamins from whole foods, your minerals from whole foods. That's very important. And I'm just going to say a little something here. Here I have a product actually for minerals that you have your 92 of the 102 minerals that you need for your vitamin C to be absorbed by the body. So you see it's in food. So you have it in that product here, which is a CMOS by Nourish. So that's something that to keep in mind. So now I will cut it, and I will show you how easy it is to cut because it has been steamed. So what you do is you will cut without touching the part here that is attached to the plant, because that's very hard, that part. So don't miss that when you cut. See? Look at that. It cuts through like butter. It's just amazing. Easy to cut that way. And then you use a spreading knife. A spreading knife here. I'll put the link in the post below. It has little teeth. On one side it has little teeth, on the other side it doesn't. So I use the side that has the teeth. And you see how easy it is to remove the inside? Look at this. It's easier than the spoon. Of course, if you don't have a spreading knife, you can use a spoon instead. It's also very nice for spreading. It works beautifully for spreading. Now, we're putting it back in. I myself choose to put it for 3 minutes. You can put it for longer, but 3 minutes, it still is easy to remove from the shell, but it's still a little bit of a crunch, which I like. So here we are. I'll take my timer. That's very useful to have one. And I'll put the 3 minutes. Okay, and while it's doing 3 minutes of steaming, why steaming? So when you steam, rather than putting on a baking sheet, maybe will use oil so that it doesn't stick to the sheet. You are caramelizing. That's something that is being done sometimes. That will then could create the advanced glycation end products. Those are toxins that are created by the cooking. And those toxins, well, we're not made, our body is not made to have toxins, so those toxins are bad for us. So ideally, we don't do that. The advanced glycation end products is when you do roasting, broiling, on the barbecue, you know, the black marks, searing. Also, I know you love your turkey and your chicken where the skin is golden, but that's also advanced glycation end product. And some people, they eat their toast in the morning like, duck. Yeah, don't do that. That's also advanced glycation end product. So by steaming, you do not do that. Also, by steaming, you lose less of the nutrients, and you keep the brightness of the food too. Like, you will keep the bright colors. And when you keep the bright colors, it means that you still have nutrients in it. When it starts to go beige and brown, that's when you lose it. So be aware of that. And also, I mean, to my taste, it's not a nice taste. Like, when you steam the broccoli for too long and it starts to turn, it loses its bright green color. Whew, it's not good. The other thing, it reduces the degradation of the nutriments. And the other thing is it's also very light. I mean, that kind of cooking, you don't use oil, you don't use butter, you just steam. And then you can add a sauce to your, of course, your pasta, but then you make your sauce it can be healthy. So you haven't used oil or butter to start with. And I do have a recipe. So again, if you go in my YouTube and you look for spaghetti squash, there's a bechamel recipe that is absolutely amazing. And so there you are. So again, as this is steaming for only 3 minutes, you can keep preparing your vegetables to add to your spaghetti squash after. If you want to steam them lightly, again, that's a good idea to do that while the spaghetti squash is steaming here for a second time around. And there you are. See? Love my timer. So it's ready. So we'll take it out. And if you use a rag like I'm doing, a dish rag, then you can take it out without burning yourself. And I have my fork right here. So I'll show you. Again, if you hold it with the rag like I am now, you won't burn your hands. So you can right away take out the noodles from the spaghetti squash, like the meat inside. When it comes out of the oven, you cannot do that. It's too hot. And also when it comes out of the oven, the shell has gotten so soft that you couldn't hold it like I am doing it now. See how easy it is? There. And I'll show you on a plate here. See? It's got long noodles, and it took no time to do. No time to do. Plus, when you keep this in the fridge, you can keep it. You can steam it to warm it up if you like. You can also just add it as is in a salad. It's delicious when it's chilled. There you are. And when you think of it, if it was to be noodles like the pasta, how to warm up a pasta, it becomes, the texture isn't right. Whereas this is not a problem at all. Bon appétit. Do you remember? The answer is on your plate.